Alright, so you'll notice at first that this is actually Jack and Daxter and not Jack 2. So, I'm just gonna skip all the way to Jack 2 because even though this game is fun, story-wise I don't think it's really that relevant to the second game. So, but what is the opening cutscene. So I was just going to show off the opening cutscene and then basically just jump right into Jack 2. It's not that I didn't want to play this game. No, actually that's a lie. I really didn't want to play this game. It's fun, but it's more for a game that I just mess around by myself because yeah, it doesn't have like a super whole lot of story. Plus there's like a whole lot of it that's not relevant. So what I'm doing here is I was trying to find the subtitles for it, but apparently I couldn't, so that's fine. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just do the opening cutscene and then basically just jump right into the beginning of Jack 2. So just watch this cutscene and then I will, yep, see you after the opening scenes.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jack, I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Alright, and now with that out of the way, we are loading up the starter jack 2, so I figured I'll just go over some criteria as to what I'm doing in this. So since it is like a open world-ish type game, kind of like GTA is, you basically move from place to place to do the missions. I'm going to be cutting out the travel time in between the missions. So the only thing I'm really going to focus on is the story bits and the gameplay in the missions, because the best part of the game is basically in the missions, the gameplay in the missions. So you're not really missing anything for me traveling back and forth to each place. So yeah, I'll let this play out and see you after it's done.
For every age, there is a time of trial. The rocks faced such a fire before they were the strength beneath our feet. The plants braved vast winds before their roots could give us life. As a sage of considerable years, I have known only one such great ordeal. Yet the hero it created was a champion for all time. Today's the big day, Jack. I hope you are prepared for whatever happens.
I think I figured out most of this machine. It interacts somehow with that large precursor ring. I just hope we didn't break anything moving it here to the lab.
Easy for you to say. We did all the heavy lifting.
Daxter, don't touch anything! Though the precursors vanished long ago, the artifacts they left behind can still do great harm.
Or great good, if you figure out how to use them.
I've had some experience with such things. I know you can make it work.
Looks like Jack still got the mojo.
Interesting. It appears to be reading out some preset coordinates.
Look at that.
Finally, the last rift gate has been opened.
What are those things?
So this is how it happened. You cannot hide from me, boy.
Do something, Jack!
What's this do? Or that? How about this one? Anybody press all the buttons?
What was that thing?
Hang on, everyone!
Okay. I swear, that's the last time I ever touch any stupid precursor crap!
There he is. Move in. Step away from the animal.
Ah!
Forget the rat. The Baron wants him. We've been waiting for you.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll save you before you know it.
Dark eco injection cycle complete. Bio readings nominal and unchanged.
Nothing. I was informed that this one might be different.
He is surprisingly resistant to your experiments, Baron Praxis. I fear the Dark Warrior program has failed.
You should at least be dead with all the dark eco I've pumped into you.
What now? Metalhead armies are pressing their attacks. Without a new weapon, my men cannot hold them off forever.
I will not be remembered as the man who lost this city to those vile creatures! Move forward with the final plan, and finish off this thing tonight.
As you wish. I'll be back later.
Ding ding, third floor. Body chains, roach food, torture devices. Hey, buddy, you seen any heroes around here? Whoa! What'd they do to you? Jack, it's me, Daxter. That's a fine hello. I've been crawling around in this place, risking my tail, literally, to save you. I've been looking for you for 2 years. Say something, just this once.
I'm gonna kill Praxis!
Shh. Right now, we gotta get you out of here. Just let me figure out how to open the security locks for your chair so I can... Or, you can do it. Jack, easy now. Easy, buddy. It's your old pal Daxter, remember?
Daxter?
What the heck was that? Sheesh! Remind me not to piss you off. Come on, tall, dark, and gruesome. We're out of here. I brought you some new threads. Put them on.
Yeah, and as you noticed, as you can see, that's why I showed the opening cutscene for Jack and Daxter, so you can kind of get an introduction to the characters that they were showing at the beginning of it.
Do you remember how to jump?
As to how they got the machine, that basically is a
Please tell me you
I don't
remember
even think
how to
they show the
roll.
machine, really. I think that was just something they just added in, they added into this game. Although, I don't know, there was like a secret cutscene at the end of the first game if you, I think,
We might find a few hidden
completed
around,
all
or
of the
get
little
some doing
precursor
different
orbs or
tasks.
whatever
We'll be able to
when you
buy
collect
stuff
them.
with it.
So, I've never done that. I did enough just to get the platinum, you know, because I've actually platinumed these games like 3 times. It's crazy. It's one of the reasons why I'm playing it, because it's like one of my, well, Jack 2 and 3 are kind of some of my, are like on my favorite list of games ever. I know, strange, right? But they're really fun games. I played these multiple times. I love these games. The humor is like pretty old school, you know, 90-ish, you know. But I still feel like it holds up. The humor still holds up well today, and the voice acting by Daxter especially is like top notch in my opinion. I love his. I love Daxter. And yeah, for a little bit of backstory, the first game like has Jack as there's first death, you know, just trying to like bulldoze through this. So I will show some of the deaths, like I won't cut them out. I'll show like some of the funnier ones because there was some crazy deaths that happened in this like what the fuck kind of moments, you know. So I'll show them, like they're funny. And I don't know if it was just like me playing this, I don't know if it was the PS4 version of this, but like I'm playing this on the PS5 and I noticed some weird stuff that I've never, like weird bugs and like glitches and stuff that I had never ever saw when I played this on like the PS2 or the PS3 version of it. So I don't know if it was just like a PS4 port kind of thing where it just made it a little bit buggy, but I'll you know, obviously I'll leave some of the funnier ones in. But yeah, as I was saying, like I really do love this game, regardless. Like, I still think I think some of the gameplay is a little bit outdated. Like some of the, especially the driving bits. The things handle like, ugh. The vehicles handle ridiculous, and you'll notice that like when I do pick vehicles, I try to pick the little bikes because they're the best. In my opinion, they're the best handling ones. So, like the other vehicles are just way chunky, too chunky. And yeah, for the most part, the gameplay holds up pretty well. But there are some things that are just kind of like, this is, you can tell it's outdated, you know, old gameplay type ideas. But like, the game is challenging, and I don't know if it's so much because like that's just how the game was built, and there's just, and you know, just weird things in the game make it challenging. But I think there were some missions that were kind of challenging, at least from what I remember way back when I was like a youngster. And I think I'll point those missions out as I play them too, like which ones like gave me a lot of trouble as a kid, which aren't really that difficult now after I've learned some things about it. But yeah, here we are, just exiting the tutorial area, and now we're in the open world, and yeah, more cutscenes.
Hello, strangers. My name is Core. May I help?
You look like a reasonably smart man. I want information. Where the hell am I?
Sorry. He's new to the whole conversation thing.
Well, my angry young friend, you are a guest of His Majesty Baron Praxis, the ruler of glorious Haven City.
I was just a guest in the good Baron's prison.
Inside a cell or inside the city, walls surround us both. We are all his prisoners. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd move on if I were you.
By order of His Eminence, the Grand Protector of Haven City, Baron Praxis, everyone in this section is hereby under arrest for suspicion of harboring underground fugitives. Surrender and die!
Excuse me, sir. Don't you mean surrender or die?
Not in this city. Protect us from these guards, and I'll introduce you to someone who can help you.
Yep, introducing us to new characters. And showing us, you know, Dark Jack.
Do it again.
Something's happening to me. Something he did. I can't control it.
Very impressive.
You okay, Jack?
What you just did was very brave. This child is important.
This kid? He looks kind of scruffy.
You are in a restricted zone. Move along.
Thank you for your help, but I must get this boy to safety.
Hey! What about us?
There is an underground group waging war against Baron Praxis. Its leader, the Shadow, could use fighters like you. Go to the slums, find a dead-end alley near the city wall. Ask for Torn. He can help you.
Seal off the area.
We're looking for a guy named Torn. Core sent us. Are you Torn?
Maybe this guy's a mute, like you used to be.
New faces make me nervous. Word is you're out to join the fight for the city. You know, picking the wrong side could be unhealthy.
We want to see the Shadow.
Not likely. If you want to join something, why don't you and your pet go join the circus? Unless you've got the fur for a really tough task. Steal the Baron's banner from the top of the ruined tower and bring it back to me. Then, maybe we'll talk.
Alright, here we are on the first, well, I guess second mission, I guess, if you count the tutorial as the first mission. But, yeah, as you saw, I cut out the travel, basically showing when the start of the mission is, the cutscene, and then got to the mission area and then did that. It's basically to save a lot of time. Because I don't know if I'm necessarily going to have these episodes like 50 minutes like I've had with, say, the Resident Evil games and then Final Fantasy VII. But I feel like with Final Fantasy VII, it kind of lended itself pretty well, because you know the chapters were typically like an hour long. Yeah, some of them were at least. Others were pretty short, but anyways. And then Resident Evil, obviously, I was doing big segments, you know, to keep the segments shorter. I would have done it all in like one lengthy ass video, but I can't do more than 60 minutes. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to. I kind of got lost here. It's been a long time since I played, so I was trying to remember where to go. Yeah, wonder if I'll condense these down, since I'm just doing like missions and stuff, and some of the missions are pretty quick. So I can condense these down to maybe like a half hour. Just keep them about a half hour long. Maybe? We'll see. We'll see how much I can cram into these. This one maybe I might make a little bit longer, because I did have the added cutscene from the first game, the opening cutscene there. So yeah, this is I guess you could call this like an open world action platformer. Which you started to see this game kind of follow the trend of like Ratchet and Clank, I guess, in a way. Because obviously it's like, this is a big departure from the first game, because the first game was more just a platformer adventure, where this one's an actual, like, it went a little bit more edgy.
Guess you guys are in.
Yeah, it went a little bit more edgy, darker stuff. It added guns into it, which you don't get right away. It'll happen a little bit later on. Yeah, this is one of the things you gotta do. You have to actually leave the place, so I will skip forward to the next bit.
Being a big hero sure makes you thirsty.
The Baron turned off all water to the slums. He's willing to sacrifice innocent lives just to destroy the underground. I shouldn't be surprised. I've seen his evil before while serving in the Crimson Guard. That's why I quit.
You were a Crimson Guard? Oh. That explains your charming sense of humor.
My friend in the Guard tells me the valve to turn the water back on is located outside the city, at the pumping station.
Outside the city? What about the security walls?
What about the metalheads? It ain't a petting zoo out there. Peeps be getting deep-sixed.
Find the large drain pipe in the north wall. It'll take you outside the city to the pumping station. Get to the main valve and open it. If you survive, the slums will be indebted to you. If not, maybe we'll have a touching moment of silence in your honor.
I'd like to give him a touching moment.
Alright, so we skipped ahead, got the next mission, then we skipped ahead again to the mission area, which Torn wants us to go turn on the water to the slums because the Baron's an asshole. And he's trying to drown Or not drown people, so what the hell am I talking about? Otherwise he'd be flooding it. He's trying to, yeah, make everybody die of thirst. So that's an introduction to an enemy you'll see a lot, the metalheads, and you'll see as they drop the little golden things when you kill them. So you cannot farm those. There's a trophy for it, where you get like 500 altogether. And you'll get trophies for different parts of it. But yeah, when you kill one of them for the first time, they'll drop that little metal, the little golden metal orb on their head, hence the name metalheads. And you can use those, and you'll be able to buy like dark powers. And as you saw me go in there and get like those little precursor orbs, I'm not gonna go out of my way to like do those, because there's like tons of them, and I think there's like a lot of them in the game for you to get enough for the platinum, which I've done legit. But then I've also done the precursor orb glitch for one of them, so I've done it a few times. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm pretty sure I said that already, but yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go look for those. If I see them, they're in my view, I'll get them. Almost like punched myself right off the cliff here. Oh yeah, this is one of those funny deaths. Yeah, see, in this one, like if you land in the water, you instantly die. Basically, you cannot escape it. So when I do that, I'll get back to where I was when I died, and then continue on, so that way we're not like wasting time. Alright, and we're back. This time I'll make the jump without actually dying, but I will take a hit though for silly reasons. That's alright, we made the jump. Yeah, as I said, I'll keep the silly deaths in there. Kind of funny. Like, whoops. Because normally when I was dying in like the other things I record, I just kind of cut it out, but keeps the video, you know, a bit more flowy. But I did also want to like show sometimes like the challenge in the game, and sometimes ridiculous bits. I would say there are some kind of ridiculous things. So there is like a little combo that I've you could do like a punch and then press circle for the spin kick. It happens pretty fast.
Ah, the valve. Allow me. Don't say it. Don't even chuckle. Next time, you turn the valve.
Yeah, and as you'll notice here on the mini map, you'll see like this little thing I'm going to go to. This is going to be the place where you'll drop off the metalhead eggs to get more dark powers.
Greetings, great warrior. I sense there is a dark rage burning within you, and in time, it will destroy you with its madness. Only the last power of the precursors can save you. Destroy my enemies, those creatures you call the metalheads. Bring me 25 of their skull gems, and I will teach you how to control these powers.
The slum's water is back on. I'd love to see the heads roll when the Baron finds out.
Yeah, I'm sure he's losing lots of sleep over this armpit of the city. We've done what you've asked. Now when do we see the shadow?
When I say so, if I say so. But before I even think about it, I want you to take care of an ammo dump we've ID'd in the fortress. Lots of Crimson Guards, constant patrols. We know it's vulnerable, and the underground needs you to blow up all the ammo you find inside. Get all of it, and we'll deal a body blow to the Baron.
You're sending us in, tough guy. So what's with this we'll deal a body blow stuff?
That's fine. I want the Baron to know that it's me who's hurting him.
Alright, so here we are on to the next mission bit. You see, that doesn't look very ominous, or very,
Unauthorized use of fortress door. Activating security tab.
I should say that looks ominous. There you go. As you can see, it's activated, and now it's going to try to shoot us. And I didn't want it to hit me in midair. Because that probably would have killed me. I forgot to jump over the laser. Fortunately, I didn't get hit. I didn't get hit by that turn either. Whew! That was a close one. Could have gotten hit there. Yeah, it's like weird. I feel like I got pretty lucky. Like normally I would have probably taken a hit there. Sometimes the hitboxes were a little bit weird. At least I noticed. Yeah. That was a little silly, but whatever. Got that health back. So yeah, he's knocked those down so he can get out of here. That electrical fence. I didn't need the health. And these guys have their backs turned. I don't know if it's like because I'm playing on the PS5. Like you start to notice the draw distance is not very far, because you can see that like at certain points the crimson guards aren't even like rendered fully. Their armor isn't. You'll notice that a lot. I think they did it there. A little bit of pop in. Their armor popped in. Like, oh hey, look, they're rendered. It's something I noticed while playing it. I don't know if it's because like, I don't know if this is like the same thing, because you know, obviously this is the PS4 version. I'm playing on the PS5, but I never played this on my PS4 to like notice that, because the last time I really played this was when, you know, I played the remaster on PS3. So I don't remember ever noticing that weird rendering. The rendering distance is very, very short. And you'll see the guards just pop in. Their armor, actually. It's funny. I noticed that a lot.
Cool, that's a security pass. We need those to get through city checkpoints. Shh.
These barrels are the latest shipment of eco. The Baron says take them and get out.
Metalheads in the city? Why are the guards giving them eco?
Oh no! The plot thickens. Yeah, so what we're gonna want to do is get the tank to shoot these joints on the side here. Yeah, that. I think one of these I get like a 2-for-1. Yeah, I got 2 for the price of 1. I took a hit though, but now we gotta get the hell out of here. You got 10 seconds to do it. Plenty of time, honestly. If you know where to go.
This place has too much excitement. We need to move back to the country.
It's a good, funny line. This place has too much excitement. We need to go back to the country. Yeah, the country boys. Because, yeah, you spend most of the... like, the whole first game is basically, like, in the countryside. There's no city, no big cities in there, you know, so... Yeah. Oh, this one I didn't cut it out because the travel time was pretty short, so we'll just leave it in. No big deal.
The demolition duo has returned. One barbecued ammo dump, served up hot.
We saw something odd while torching that ammo. The Baron's guards were giving barrels filled with eco to a group of metalheads.
Really? The Shadow will be very interested to hear that.
You know, so far, your gigs have been easier than stealing grass from a sleeping yak cow.
You and the rodent want to start proving yourselves? One of our suppliers needs his payment delivered. A bag of eco ore. Take the Zoomer parked out back and drive it to the Hip Hog Heaven Saloon in Southtown. Ask for Crew. He'll be there. And don't let the Baron's patrols stop you. By the way, when you get there, pump Crew for information. He's wired into the city and may know what the Baron is up to.
You can count on us.
Are you still here?
Yeah, so this will be one I keep in because there's a timer for this, and we basically have a timer to get to... Or no. No, this one's not timed. This one's just a straight up, like, delivery. But I think at some point, like, you aggro the Crimson Guard. Yeah, there it is. We need to hurry up and get the Crew. As you just saw, it took like a dink dink dink. Yeah. See, as you notice, like the vehicles handle, even the bikes, which I prefer using because their handling is so much better, and it allows you to go like, you can just kind of weave in and out of traffic. Yeah, even then they just handle so weird, you know. Probably the one thing that did not age well. One of the things that did not age well in this game was the driving. Yeah. The guards like to do that a lot. They'll shoot your vehicle and then just bounce you. Oh yeah, see? One of those unfortunate deaths. They were just sitting there bouncing me. They just rubber banded me there. It was pretty stupid. That's why I kept it in there. But yeah, I'll get back to where I was and then just meet you there. Alright, we are back where we got cucked last time. And they just sat there and just stun locked me into oblivion and killed me. Yeah. I think for the most part you should probably just drive, like if you're doing this, just drive like on the bottom, you know, on the lower setting. Yeah, we're pretty much close to the end of the mission. There we go.
Let me handle this, Jack. Watch my finesse and style.
Don't forget to ask.
Everything's cool. Nobody panic. Hey, big guy. Your crew? Well, we shook the heat, and your shipment's in primo condition.
That's good, eh? Because a cargo of rare eco ore is worth more than 10 of your lives. And of course, I'll be forced to collect slowly. The underground will take anyone with a pulse these days. And what we have here, the Shadow's mascot of the month. Ooh, soft. Zig, this fur would go well with my silk suits, eh?
Listen, tons of fun. Anyone can see that you, and I have the real juice in this burg. We're both players, right? We're both looking for a piece of the action, right? I think we can do business, right?
We did you a favor. Now it's your turn. Why is the Baron giving eco to metalheads?
Questions like that could get a person killed, eh? Zig, Pierre Capitan here and his friend, Bonus. If you want to see what that baby can do, try the gun course outside. Show me some skill with that hardware, and I'll hire you for a job or two, eh?
And so that begins the the interesting dynamic between Daxter and crew. And you'll notice I'll do that a lot when I'm in crews and I'm trying to leave the door. I like always run to the right, like, and just hit the right side of the building for some damn reason. So we're gonna head over here to the gun range because that's where he told us to go. I'll leave it in since it's not that far. So we're to the gun range, and then this is a new mechanic. They're gonna show us what to do.
Some kick, huh? It's not the fastest firing weapon in the world, though. You can put your weapon away or pull it out at any time. Try putting the weapon away. Easy, huh? Now take the weapon back out. Good. You can find red ammo inside Crimson Guard crates. Shoot the crates. Great. Now you're ready. You want to try the scattergun course?
Now we'll run through the gun course, which the goal that we need is 3,000, but you can get the bronze, silver, and gold if you do this course. Which I think these award you precursor orbs for completing them, for getting the gold on it or something. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, obviously don't hit the civilians because you lose score on that. So yeah, and you'll notice like the little trick that I'm doing. It works a lot better with the blaster mod, which you'll end up getting later. But yeah, you'll see me do like the spin kick and then fire immediately after. You can do that. You could kick like one of the enemies and then basically fire after you do it, and it like. You'll see it with the blaster mod, yeah, because they'll teach you that little trick. But since this is a shotgun, technically, it's better suited for, you know, just get in them close ranges. Yeah, but you'll notice that I'm still doing it even with the scattergun. It's a pretty cool trick. I like it. It's fun. Good lord. Butt today. Don't mind my phone going off. Yeah, so now you see that it's like 8,000 for the bronze, which I just wanted to hit the goal. That's all I really cared about. Boom. Yeah, see the perfect example of that trick right there. Boom. It's like you kick the one enemy and he turns around and he's ready to fire. You just unload on him. It's funny for a country boy. He knows how to wield that iron pretty nicely. Bang bang.
Care to try for the course record?
This is a no-hover zone.
Grand Theft Auto. We'll head back to Crew's place.
Nothing so far.
Excellent shooting, Jack. Ever thought about being a wastelander?
Can't say that I have.
Wastelanders find items from the outside the city walls, eh? Any artifact or weapon worth having comes through my hands. Work for me and I'll throw some of the sweeter items your way.
Kill metalheads? Get toys? Sounds good to me.
Slow down, Jack and a fat man. two had better run that by me again. Cause there's no way I'm going outside the city to face more metalheads!
Sig will show you the ropes.
So you want to be wastelanders, huh, doughboys? Well, we'll see what you're made of when we get out in the thick. Crew wants some new trophies to put butts in chairs at the Hip Hog, so I'm gonna bag him 5 nasty metalheads at the pumping station. Don't wet your fur, Chili Pepper, cause we're rolling with the Peacemaker.
Woo! I need one of those! Where'd you get it?
Don't ask. Sig needs someone to watch his back while he tracks the metalheads, eh?
We'll meet at the pumping station. Listen, cherries, don't you leave me dangling in the wind out there.
Let's do it.
Alright, here we are going back to the pumping station. This time we're going to help out Sig. I didn't move far enough.
Exiting city.
Hello, cherries. Ready to hunt a few metalheads? Follow me, stick close, and watch my sis. It's gonna be fun. Here we go.
I get to hang out with, in my opinion, one of the coolest characters in the game. Well, in the series. Well, these 2 games. He's not in the first. Like, all these characters that you're seeing, like, none of them are in the first game. And the only ones that are even from the first game are Daxter, Kira, and Samos. Those are like the only 4 characters from the very first game that even come over into this one. Any of the other characters in the first game aren't even here. That's why it was one of the decisions I made to skip the first game. Just cause, like, even though they do talk about the precursors and stuff, and you know, a lot of it is dealt with the precursors and all that, but I feel like the first game has so little relevance. Like, you could just play this one, and if you just seen the opening cutscene, that's pretty much all you need. Because even the villains from the first game aren't even relevant to this game at all.
Keep the other creatures back while I charge up the Peacemaker.
This will be the first bit where you gotta defend Sig while he charges up his Peacemaker. And you can see his life up on the top left there. If he does lose his life, you fail the mission. And being as this is a game on the PlayStation 2, checkpoints were a lot more brutal. Back on, like, you know, I don't want to sound like one of those nostalgic nostalgic Nathans or whatever, you know, where they're just like, yeah, back in my day, the games were so much harder. I mean, yes, games were tougher, but that was also due to the way they were designed as well. You know, they were hard that way for a reason, because a lot of the games were in the arcade, and the whole reason for that was so that it can steal your money. Funny how the more things changed in gaming, the more they stayed the same, you know. Gaming has been trying to nickel and dime you since the dawn of time. But I digress. Anyways, yeah, so as I was saying with the checkpoints, yeah, the checkpoints are pretty brutal. So usually when you're in a mission, and for the most part, like, they do have checkpoints in missions. Some of the missions do have checkpoints. But for the most part, like, if you die during a mission, for the most part in this game, you will have to start, like, the whole thing over again. And it's brutal. Sometimes, yeah, you'll make it almost to the end and then just... And it's happened to me several times. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, it's happened to me several times in this playthrough alone. Not even just on this game, but in 3, which I am recording currently. I'm like halfway through it. And, yeah, this one's all the way done, so I'm just needing to, like, do the commentary for the episodes. However many there are gonna be. But yeah, we did condense this down to about 50 minutes, which is, I guess, not really that condensed. That's alright. We did chop a lot of time now. There was like, I probably chopped about 16 minutes off of this thing. It was a lot longer than that. Yeah, see, you're getting overwhelmed. You get overwhelmed pretty heavily right there.
The needle this time.
I would say that, like, don't do what I did for the most part. Like, if you got the dark jack power, don't hesitate using it at all, because it could really save you in a pinch. For some reason, I hoard this thing a lot. You'll notice that I'll have it there, and it's probably gonna drive people mad when they're watching this. They're gonna be like, use the dark jack powers. Yes, I am well aware. I hoarded it for I couldn't tell you. It's just something I did.
Look out! We've got company. Damn, my gun's take over.
Yeah, I get absolutely like, yeah. See, now I'm trying to activate it. I hoarded so much, I'm not used to activating it because you have to hold the button. I was like panicking, like I don't want to die. Got some extra health there. Oh, now we're swimming now. I think this is the last one, too. The mission's over. And then that will pretty much end the episode after the cutscene takes place, and then we will pick it up in part 2.
Say goodnight, baby.
Which I will try to make these a little bit shorter. About 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Metalheads, nothing. That was the last one. Tell crew we got them all cooked and canned. I'm gonna clean Peacemaker and pick up the trophies. You did good, rookie.
Alright, yeah. And with that, I will see you guys in part 2 of my Jack 2 playthrough. See you next time. Oh, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.